The sun rose over the wide Mississippi like a sheet of molten gold, spreading warmth and light across the sleepy riverside town of Willow Bend. Morning mist drifted lazily above the water, and the smell of pine, mud, and steam filled the air. Along the riverbank, people gathered in excitement. Today was the day of the great riverboat race, the pride of the South. Among the crowd stood 12-year-old Tom Carter, barefoot and bright eyed, his trousers rolled to his knees, his heart racing faster than the river itself. He had grown up beside the Mississippi, watching the grand river boats thunder by, their paddles churning white foam and their whistles crying across the current. To him, they were not just boats, they were living creatures, full of strength, adventure, and freedom. Tom's favorite was the Silver Star, captained by Old Hayes, a man whose skin was the color of sun-baked oak and whose laugh could drown out the river's roar. Hayes had been like a mentor to Tom, often letting him polish the deck or steer the rudder under his watchful eye. "A steady hand, boy," he'd say. "The river rewards those who listen." That morning, the Silver Star was set to race the mighty Magnolia Belle, a rival boat known for her speed and swagger. The crowd cheered as both vessels took their places. The engines hissed, the whistles shrieked, and with a burst of steam, the race began. Tom watched from the shore, shouting with the rest, when suddenly a cry went up. The Silver Star's pilot had collapsed at the wheel. Panic spread across the deck. Without thinking, Tom scrambled aboard, his small hands gripping the railing as the boat lurched. Captain Hayes saw him and in that desperate moment nodded once, an unspoken trust. Tom's heart hammered as he grabbed the wheel. The river's current tugged and twisted, but he remembered the captain's words, "Listen to the river." He steadied his breath, felt the pull of the water beneath him, and guided the boat through the narrow bend where most vessels slowed or broke apart. The Silver Star groaned but held her course. When the finish line came into sight, Tom tightened his grip and pushed forward. Steam burst from the pipes as the boat surged ahead. Crossing the line just a moment before the Magnolia Belle, the crowd erupted in cheers that echoed across the water. As the engines cooled and the noise faded, Captain Hayes placed a heavy, calloused hand on Tom's shoulder. "You've got the river in your blood, lad," he said with a proud smile. That evening, as the sun melted into the horizon and the Mississippi shimmered with copper light, Tom Carter stood at the helm of the Silver Star, no longer a barefoot dreamer on the shore, but a boy who had found his courage in the heart of the river. From that day on, the people of Willow Bend spoke of the race not for the victory, but for the moment a young boy steered his fate with the steady hands of a man.